Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Final Fantasy IV. I'm sure you don't have anything to worry about on my screen right now. Cecil is just sitting in lava. Just a quick preview for something you might see in a little bit. My name is Netara. I'm going to be your runner for this category. We also have Nicky Noel, who is going to be helping me with commentary.
Hello, everyone.
We also have a lovely host who I'll let introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Marina Kazam. It is going to be my first time hosting so far during the marathon, so thanks for having me.
It's going to be great. You're going to do fabulous. So I'll explain a lot about this particular version of Final Fantasy IV along with the category as we get into it, as the intro section is about 7 minutes in length. So we're going to get right to it in that case. So with that, 3, 2, 1, start. So, welcome to Final Fantasy IV. This is going to look familiar to many folks who did play the Final Fantasy II US version. This is that same version. However, we're using a mod on top of it called a quality of life mod. What this is going to do, I'm also using a turbo controller, so you're going to see text going by fairly fast. That's what we're doing here. So the quality of life mod specifically is going to give me the option to toggle encounters. So in this run, we're going to leave them off, so there'll be no random encounters. Plus, we will have an option to dash. So we'll be walking a lot faster than usual. So definitely ideal. Everything goes much faster that way. And it's better for accessibility, which is the main reason I use both that and the turbo controller for my poor hurting hands. No CW stands for no credits warp, which refers to the credits warp category, which is actually set up in almost an identical manner to how this run goes, except you have a 1 in 4 chance of actually succeeding. You have a 3 in 4 chance of failing with no backup. So for what I feel is obvious reasons, we as a community don't tend to run the credits warp category. So we'll talk a little bit more about the no CW run as we go, but yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And Nikki here runs a lot of other different versions of Final Fantasy IV as well.
Yeah, also the credit swap run saves around 5 to 10 minutes. Like, it's almost the same run, so it's really not worth it. And people have played a bit around when it came out and then just ignored it forever.
Yeah, it's not like one of those 5-minute credit warp runs that you get out there. It is basically the same amount of time as this run. But this run, so long as you do everything correctly, is 100%. You will finish the run. So we'll be talking about the setup because let me assure you, the setup is precise and complicated. But I have lots of notes. The community has lots of notes. For anyone who is looking to speedrun and get into speedrunning this, the community is amazing. And you can find so many reference notes at ff4.axoden, which is spelled AEXODEN.com. So lots and lots of resources for all the categories and all the different versions. It is kept up to date, including with the step routing guides, which thankfully, because encounters are toggled off in this run, I don't have to worry about. Now, I will note for incentives, the naming incentives for Cecil and Kane will be cut off shortly. We're going to hit an auto scroller in a couple of moments. And once we hit that section, we would like to cut off the names for both Cecil and Kane. So if you want to snipe either of those names, now's your chance.
Also, did I see you get the most important skip of the run? The Raven skip?
I didn't notice because I never look, because I never get Raven skip. But if I did, this is truly a blessed run. Any of the battles where things are going automatically, there is still a measure of RNG, which is controlled by frames and things like that. So it's one of the jokes in the community that your run is only valid if you get Raven skip, where the Raven does not attack you. But I never get Raven skip, ever. So not
Everyone has their own theory how it works, or why it works, when it works, which is also kind of random.
Oh yeah, there's lots of meta about, press certain button combinations during the fight and it'll make you get it every time, and nothing works. It's not consistent at all, but it's pretty great. So yeah, you can see me just dashing through these screens, which is lovely. You also may have noticed I went into my menu and I changed my message and battle speed to 1 to make things faster, which does affect the battles quite a bit. Also, I picked up a tent. We're going to use that for the first glitch of the game, which is going to come up shortly. Usually we'd take a step off of that chair if we were playing the non-modded version. However, I'm not step routing, so I don't care about that chair. That chair can just chill.
So just wondering, so does the maid before your bedroom also always run the same path, even if you talk to her from above?
I believe so.
I know she does it in the PSP version, so even if you talk to her from above, then she just runs through you.
That's interesting. I don't know that you can talk to her from above in this. Unsure. Yeah. So I know a lot of the pathing is set. There is a character later on, just a random NPC, which depending on where she's standing when you start your little cutscene, you will walk right through her. We call her lovingly Ghost Girl. Because it's like she's not even there. So Cecil here is a Dark Knight who was, until very recently, head of the Red Wings, which is the airship armada belonging to this kingdom of Baron. And they just attacked the town of Mysidia in order to steal their crystal. Also, we are shutting down that donation incentive for Cecil and Kane, please, because we'll be naming them after this cutscene. But yes, so we questioned the king about why are we attacking these towns and stealing these crystals? Just curious. I'll still do it, but why? And the king's like, don't question me. Go on. You're now removed from your post. You now live on mail duty. So here you go. Have this package. Please deliver it to the town of Mist. I don't want to pay for fast shipping, so we're just going to send you directly. Have fun. And your pal, the dragoon Kane, is just like, no, my friend, don't be mean to him. And the king's like, you can go too. And you're like, aw. So it's you and your bestie Kane off on a road trip to deliver a package to the village of Mist. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Question of the ages.
Probably fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just let me know when those naming incentives are closed so we can find out which of the names has won.
Yeah, we'll rename them very shortly after this cutscene ends.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on those.
Okay, no, they need to actually be closed in the system. Oh, because we have a new name for Kane that wasn't there a few moments ago. Yes, it was. Oh, ooh. I am in the system looking at the names because that's how I roll here. Okay, so immediately we're gonna dash into town, take a quick little side trip so we can name our first two characters. And am I correct that Cecil is Gulbez and Kane is Skittle?
Golbez? Yes, let me double check on Skittle there.
Okay. And it's Gulbez for some reason, which makes me giggle because it's not even the name, but it's perfect.
Yeah, both of those are right. You got it.
Perfect. Yes, I want to rename. Not Gulbez. Gulbez is perfect. Okay, and never forget the Skittle. Taste the rainbow. And fall off a lot of cliffs while saving. Just, that run was magical, by the way. If you missed it, definitely go check that out. Okay, so we did it. We're gonna end. We've got our characters named. The next set will be Rosia. Oh my god, I'm combining characters. Rosa, Rydia, Edward, and yeah, those three. And they will be named the second time we go back to Kaipo. So also, there's a Y dash for chocobos. You actually have to press the Y button to do it, but enjoy zooming around the map. It's real
Going
fast.
even faster than usually.
Yeah, because it's usually faster, which is the reason we take that chocobo even in the vanilla version, because there's no encounters while you're on it, and it's faster. But with this quality of life, it's super fast. Okay,
I
now let's.
approve.
Okay, so I've got a couple of things to focus on here because we're gonna try and get a sound cue and a timing cue. So let's get the timing
Yeah.
cue
So coming
first.
up next
Nope.
here
Nope.
is the Mist Dragon fight, first boss, and really precise on the inputs. Because basically, after a certain amount of time, the Mist Dragon will turn into mist, and yeah, then it's immune to all attacks. And if you were to attack physically, it would even counterattack by a
Oof.
cutscene.
Yeah, that went real bad. I'm
Yep.
using a new controller that I'm used to, so a lot of my keys don't work quite the way they're supposed to. So we're just gonna get a quick thing. We're gonna have to wait for the Mist Dragon to actually tell us when we're doing our thing. Do not fight now. Fighting when mist will freeze you with breath.
Yeah.
Okay. Next
That's
game.
the same as the first boss in FF5 and the first boss in 6. They all have this topic.
So we're gonna wait the instant we get the message. Usually we'll wait for a sound cue and do that. But while we're waiting, we're gonna also start one of our glitches. We've got a lot of glitches here at the beginning. So we're setting up an item duplication glitch right at the start. Why do you hit my friends? Why do you do? We're still gonna try and get this just the one cycle. It's not looking very good with that bad first turn, but we're gonna try it. D-Mist turning to Mist the second time is sad. Yep, there we go. That's okay. It's just a tiny bit slower, and we make up most of this time with the quality of life stuff. The estimate is greatly padded, so we're fine.
Yeah. I mean, I've run mostly the PSP version, which innately has these quality of life things, and then came the randomizer and was like, we are running the SNES version, but we want to have these quality of life changes too. And
Thankfully,
that's basically how it came to life.
Yeah. Thankfully, when you attack with a non-fight command, it doesn't trigger the counterattack, so that's good. So when you accidentally jump with Kane, everything's still fine.
Jump is fortunately still safe.
Yeah, just like another hit or two, and D-Mist will be down.
I still
Stop
can't
hitting
believe
Novus.
that D-Mist is able to absorb meteor damage, but
Right?
that's fortunately irrelevant.
Yeah, it is. You learn a lot about things by playing randomizers because you try things you wouldn't normally try. Now, we're going to do a few things here, actually. We are temporarily going to turn our dash off. We don't want it there. We need it off in order to do this glitch, which we're about to do. Actually, before we do that, we're going to do a couple of equipping things. That. We're gonna finish our duplication glitch, don't worry about it, and then we're gonna use this here tent. I did a safety save right before because this is fairly frame perfect, and while generally speaking it's not an issue, I already had a 2-cycle Mist Dragon, so we're not gonna play with fire.
No, let's not. Getting a backup tent is not fun.
Okay, so everything's good. You do a little walk there. If you see your character walk over, everything with the glitch is good. So we're going to go quickly back here to turn our dash back on. But welcome to the Mist clip. What I did there is I interrupted a movement while, in this case, a turn, while with the menu, and then I used a tent. And that convinced the game that I was a step further over than I really was. Then I buffered another one of those steps and interrupted it with the menu on the actual town of Mist and saved and then reset. So that allowed me to kind of start the game on top of Mist where you're not supposed to be able to save. And so it allowed me to walk right over Mist, sell an invisible stack of 65,000 shields in order to get 6.5 million gil and buy dancing daggers, which are a mid-tier item. which, considering we're at the very beginning of the game, is incredibly overpowered. They are so good, and we're going to demonstrate how these dancing daggers are going to turn characters that are generally speaking squishy and useless into absolute valuable powerhouses. So they are excellent. Also, picking up a couple of necessary items which are going to help us for the rest. Okay, so now we are here in Mist. So the package we brought actually turned out to be an automatic explosive, which was not good. Turned out the king was threatened by this village of summoners, and so because of that, wanted them destroyed. Also, the mist dragon we fought was a summon, which was summoned by this little girl's mother. And by killing her, we actually ended up, or by killing the dragon, we ended up killing her. Oops, sorry. So you're going to see me in a lot of battles and menus and things trying to do inventory management, both because the neater and better, more precise you keep your inventory, the faster things go. But inventory management is actually a crucial part of this category because of the glitch setup. So things are going to be great. So this little girl, this one little summoner child, managed to summon Titan. This earthquake destroyed the mountain. And Kane's gone. So we're like, okay, we're gonna take this little girl and try and get her some help. She's not doing so well, and that's not great. We might have done some bad deeds, but we draw the line at hurting children. So we're gonna try and get her some help. And thankfully, this lovely shopkeep is like, oh yeah, go ahead. Don't worry about money. Just, take care of her. And you're like, cool, we'll do.
I'm still not sure about the animation. Titan pretends that he actually destroys the mountain, but afterwards we have more mountains than before.
Right? I just don't question these things. All I know is Quake is a powerful spell, and I wish I had it already, and I do
Oh
not.
yeah, for sure.
You don't use Quake in this run, but it is incredibly powerful, and you get it super early for some of the characters. So we're gonna try and optimize this. Let's see if we can do it. So what I'm doing in this fight is called run buffering. I am attempting to run in an unrunnable fight, and every time a message is up like that in a battle, the active time battle pauses. Oh, we did it! Yeah, first time done that in a while.
Awesome
So
job.
by putting in commands while that's up, this has to move up. I knew that was wrong. It means we actually, because everyone is paused at the time, it means we kind of push a command a little ahead of where we should, so you can do things much faster than you're supposed to. So I'm going to take advantage of that technique in a few spots. In that spot, that fight is not challenging. It's a whole day to win fight, but we get a few frames saved by run buffering. In some later fights, it is absolutely necessary for us to run buffer. We will have a bad time if we try and do things without run buffering.
Yeah, it's a neat technique that sadly only implemented in FF2. So in the end, I think it's more fortunate. It's not the easiest thing to master.
It's
to
not.
be honest.
It is.
And being reliant on it can be really dangerous.
Why, NPC? Stop this! Don't you go in my door. Thank you. So, what you may have noticed is I did just hop in the menu there because our little child Rydia there has 30 HP, and she is not going to have any more than that for the next battle. So we equipped one of the items that we picked up in the Mist Village, the tiara, and we equipped it directly on her, and we put her in the back row. Doing this will allow her to survive a hit or two rather than just being consistently one shot. To be clear, she can absolutely be one shot, but it's going to be less likely with those things because we really need Rydia. She is our DPS. Okay, so we are here walking through this cave because we found our girlfriend Rosa had followed us but got sick in the desert. And the only way to cure that type of sickness is using a sand ruby, and they can only be acquired from Damsian. And we can only get to Damsian through this cave. So we're going to go talk to the royals there and see if they can help us. In the meantime, this older gentleman, Tella, who will get a new name in a while, is here because his daughter has run away with what he terms to be a wicked bard. So he just can't, because he would not approve of their marriage. So he is chasing after them to try and save Anna from what he believes is a terrible, awful fate with a bard. I'm not sure I can argue because bards fight me. No, I'm joking. It's a
very spoony bard, I think.
It's a very spoony bard. So yeah, so Tella's like, but there's a really tough monster at the end, and I'm old, so will you help me? And you're like, well, since we're going that way anyways, sure. And Tella's like, excellent, I'm now the boss. And you're like, please? Excuse me? Tella's terrible.
You don't argue with old sages?
No, not Tella at least. So we're going to go slightly out of our way here in order to pick up this Darkness Sword. Not only is it one of the last upgrades we get for a while for Cecil, it is the element on that sword is the weakness to the upcoming boss. So we definitely want to get that. Also, whee! Down the waterfall. Whee! Can't go back from that point either, so you're always best to save in that little bit of land they give you in between. But we're speedrunning, we don't have time for that. I will be doing a bunch of safety saving, but that is not a spot, generally speaking, we need to. Please don't prove me wrong, game. I would really not like to have that happen. Okay, so this is Octomam, the fastest boss in the game at the start. And this boss, with all of its arms, like I say, fastest boss in the game. But after 3 hits for the first arm and 2 hits for every subsequent arm, Octomam slows down. So we're going to be just trying to get as many hits as possible right at the beginning. We equipped one of those dancing daggers on Rydia because when used as an item, it counts as a magical attack and it does a lot of damage. So she is our main attacker here, and we're just kind of keeping a very close and careful eye on her HP. Hopefully everything here goes well. Yes, please, keep hitting Tella. We're not worried about him. Okay, Dancing Dagger. Wow, this boss, Octomam, is really not happy with Tella. I can understand why.
Yeah, but that's not really an issue as long as Rydia stays alive.
Agreed. This is actually a little terrifying. I think I'm going to do a safety cure here because...
so optimally, it wouldn't be bad if Tella dies. But the problem is that Rydia has to stay alive, and Tella is the one who ensures that Rydia stays alive.
Here's hoping.
Whoops!
Things just got real scary.
Oh my.
Oh, why did I say I wasn't going to die to this fight? Netara, please.
Well, you're not going to die, but...
Oh, I died. Or Rydia did. We're fine.
Rydia did. No.
The thing is,
Bulbus is gonna pull through.
Yeah, the problem is I really need Rydia to have that level. It is going to be not great that Rydia does not have that level. But that's fine. We'll make it through. It's just
fighting a random encounter backup that only gives you 1.
It's not going to give enough HP to matter. It's fine. We'll be fine. It's
so
great.
So usually Rydia would get a few levels of here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, apparently not.
We'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
I would advise to save slow at least.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was gonna say, have we heard the phrase "that's never happened to me before" in a marathon? Because that's never happened to me before. I've never seen Octomam just hate Tella so much. Like, I hate Tella that much too, but come on. Okay. So
Octomam didn't hit Gulbus a single time before Tella and Rydia were dead.
That is correct.
That's just amazing.
That was something. Well, game, thanks for nothing. Wow, we still saved time on that split, even with that, so I'm not complaining. Okay, so
yeah, I mean, you didn't need to stop Tella, which you sometimes usually do in order to make the cutscene shorter.
Yeah, I always stop Tella. So, yeah, absolutely. It's an adventure. So it's fine. Everything's fine. Also, just heads up to our lovely host, feel free to cut in at any point with donations. I can and will talk forever. Actually, now's a really good time for donations.
All right, sounds good. I do have some.
Fabulous.
All right, so we have $10 from Ray Kitty. Just want to give a shout out to the absolutely awesome vibe on this stream and in the chat. Thank you hosts and mods and tech crew for building the love. And a little heart.
You spoony bard.
We also, oop, are you good?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Yeah. We also have $25 from Tina Hacks. This had to be done. Sorry, Netara. You're welcome, Netara.
You're not sorry, Tina. Don't pretend. Don't pretend.
We all know the
Tina's-
truth.
Yeah, Tina's one of our fellow RPG Valkyries, and we love her dearly, but she's not sorry. Okay, we did it. Go team. So after Tella attacked very futilely, as you saw, at our poor Spoony Bard because his daughter got hurt, we find out that this Spoony Bard is in fact the Prince of Dampian, and Anna jumped in front of arrows meant for him because she felt that it was more important that he survived as the prince. So Baron has been here, has stolen the crystal, and it turns out the Red Wings have a new leader named Golbez. And so Tella, who has suddenly gotten strong enough to forcibly move aside our heavily armored Dark Knight, is like, I have someone new to fight against, and so leaves, determined to get revenge. I'm sure this could not possibly go wrong.
No, never.
No, never.
Also, in case you have wondered, in the fight just now, Netara was actually pausing every once in a while. So all the setup we'll be doing later, the IGT is actually relevant, and the IGT gets paused when you pause in battle.
Yeah, and as long as I unpaused, so Tella could hit again, it ensured that the cutscene would keep going. But those text boxes will go whether you're paused or not. So don't pause during them if you want to read them. But goodbye, Anna. We know she's really dead because she did the double dragon blink. And here we get our next vehicle. We don't get as many vehicles in this game as you do in games such as, Final Fantasy V, but we do. So we got a hovercraft, which allows us to go to this cave, which we're going to save in front of because no reason. Yeah, we really need Rydia to be alive for this. We need her to have a certain amount of HP for the next battle. I'm not sure she's going to make it, but it'll be fine.
Okay, at least there's a life in the way. I just realized she doesn't even get revived in Dampian Castle.
Nope. Okay, so here we are, next boss, Antlion, who, for a lot of folks, is one of the harder bosses because Antlion will counterattack any magic attack. Thankfully for us, Dancing Daggers, when used as an item, counts as a magic attack, so we won't get the counterattack. We're gonna do this though. We're gonna use that life right away. We're gonna equip a Dancing Dagger, also on Edward, to do maximum damage. We're just gonna move that.
So was Netara earlier said with amount of vehicles in FF5, she was kind of cheating. FF5 has a lot of vehicles because it has 3 different worlds and you get every vehicle basically 3 times.
Whatever. Still a lot of vehicles. It always feels like you just get Cecil. But yes, in this fight, you do not fight with Cecil. You will get counterattacked, and while the regular hits from Antlion just don't do anything, you'll take way too much damage if you have to try and take those counterattacks as well. And after 3 or 4 hits, you're just fine anyway, so it's not.
These dancing daggers are awesome in this fight.
Oh, dancing daggers are just, anyone who didn't like Edward, just give him a dancing dagger and he's great. They're the grenades of from Final Fantasy VII in Final Fantasy IV. Just dancing daggers. But again, you can only get them this early by glitching. If you do not glitch, you cannot get them until you get the airship. So, yeah.
Like, this might be the one fight where I'm envious of the SNES version.
Yeah, the other versions of this game that aren't the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom version, these glitches don't exist, so you can't do this sort of wonderful nonsense. I'm slowing down a bit because if you thought those shallows were really hard to navigate on a regular speed, let me assure you, it is even worse when you're on like triple speed. Okay, so we are going to be cutting off the naming incentive for Rosa, Rydia, and Edward as soon as this upcoming cutscene starts. So as soon as we see the screen go to dark and we get Edward alone on the screen, so you've got literally seconds before we cut that off. So again, Rosa, Rydia, and Edward. while we get this lovely thing. So we did actually give the sand ruby. We got the sand ruby. We gave it to Rosa, and she advises us that Baron is trying to get the crystals from all of the kingdoms, and we tell them, well, it's too late. It's done. They took Damsian, so we're going to try and get to Fabul to ensure that we can save their crystals. So naming incentives are now cut off, or will now be cut off. Well, Edward has a sing.
Yeah, I've actually heard rumors that you could actually die in this next fight.
You can. You just not in the way we have it set up.
No, because so what's going on is we are calling a boss called Water Hack, and we need to hit 3 times. But the harp is actually able to miss. Fortunately, though, we equip dancing daggers don't miss.
That is correct.
The stats at first one looked like a crit, but
Yeah, it can be, in the middle position with the dancing dagger, Edward has FF4's equivalent of 100% accuracy. We say that because technically it's not 100%, but because of how FF4 does the math, it is 100%. He will not miss in this position. Still, I don't know what you're talking about. I read this exact category for the RPG Valkyries last week, and I forgot to name some of the characters.
don't worry, there's a reason she's gotten back up.
Yeah, I've got backups. I went and changed in my notes, the notes where I name everyone. It's now 22-point font in bold, being like, name this person. Yeah, so Netara, please name these people. To note, it wasn't these I forgot. It was Palom and Porum. I managed to have backups for the other folks, but Palom and Porum were they were gone. It was too late. So we're not going to forget them this time, are we, Netara? Okay, so let's go name them. I think this is the right house. Yeah. So I think, if I'm correct, we have Rosa is Celeste, Rydia is Terra, and Edward is Spoonie.
Yes, those are all correct.
Fabulous.
That's some pretty solid names.
Yeah, I like those. Those are, especially Spoonie, let's be real. We know he's the Spoonie Bard. We don't need to name him that to know that, but naming him helps. Okay, so Rydia.
I mean, imagine really I would be called Spoonie, we would all go crazy.
Yeah, I'm also curious what Tina did. I don't know what name she changed. I'm suspicious. Okay, come back here. Okay, so this is Celeste. Yeah, this is accurate. I'm happy with this. Perfect. Okay, names done. Onwards. No, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Just to make sure, are we gonna can we rename Yang and Fabul already? Also, that's an NPC?
No, we'll be naming him later. It might be possible, but we're not doing it. What?
Okay, so we are doing
sorry.
it.
We're
yeah.
doing it in Baron. Yeah, we'll be naming Yang and Baron along with Tella and the twins. So I still had Tella and the twins at that point, so it was no big deal. Okay, so also we're gonna save because we might be okay. Anyways, we specifically have to park the hovercraft right there. If we don't, the big glitch at the end will not work. To start listing the many really silly things I'm going to have to do in order to make sure the glitch works, welcome to number 1, parking the hovercraft on that exact square of the mountain. So here we need to get past this ice wall, but the only person with fire magic supposedly is Terra here, our Rydia. But her village was just burned down and her mother killed, so she's a little traumatized and scared of fire. However, we have Rosa, who is either the best grief and trauma counselor in this universe or has the best snacks. I'm betting on the latter. And convinces Rydia that, yeah, you know what? I can use fire and we'll never use it again. So, cool beans. Excellent. Now we have another one of those randomized but not controlled fights. So I'm going to be paying attention vaguely to the damage values that Yang gives to this first set of red imps. And we're going to see the imp cap, and see whether we have to pause. I think that's okay. think that's one of the good setup values. This fight can be between 3 and 5 turns long. We want it to be 3. I think that's still okay. This might be one of the 4 turns. We'll find out. Come on, kill them all. Yeah, we did it. 3 turns. Got her.
Good job.
So now it's Mom Bomb time, and this is the fight we really needed Rydia leveled up for, but I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong. That did not do what it was supposed to. That's fine. We're gonna focus up. We're trying to do 800 points of damage here. Okay. Just vaguely paying attention to the damage values. Okay, we're good.
Would you like me to read a donation or two?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, we have a $25 anonymous donation. Thank you so much. We have a donation from Moonshake for $12. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Perfect. I'm going to come back in here. We got incredibly lucky with that explode. Rydia actually survived, which is, considering how low her HP is, was incredible. So thank you, game, for once.
I wouldn't even have thought that was possible. Had to be possible.
Oh, it's possible. It's just not very possible. That was incredibly lucky because these gray bombs have 100 HP each, while the regular bombs have 50. So we use the dancing daggers in order to just one-shot the gray bombs, because if this fight goes on long enough, these bombs will start exploding, and that is bad. So we want to get them killed as soon as possible. Especially the higher HP value ones, and everyone survived. This is great. See, everything is good. So that's good. That makes up for any of the damage which was done by not having Rydia up at that level, because Edward was the next one who needed levels, but he stayed alive for all the fights that he needed to, and that's good. And that's going to be relevant for our next set of fights. So here we are on Mount Hobbs, which we had to traverse in order to get to Fabul, because we're going to try and warn them that Baron's coming. And we found Yang here, who was up training folks, and unfortunately they got attacked by monsters, and all the rest of the team was killed, and we were able to help out Yang, so he was not. So he is going to come with us, take us to Fabul, so we can help warn his king. So hopefully they can save the crystal. Hopefully. Now, we are definitely 100% doing a safety save here, because this is really scary, this fight. It can go incredibly wrong just because of RNG. The fight can just say no. So I always save, not even just in marathons, outside of Fabul. And we're going to hope for the best.
Also, seeing this walk to Fabul without encounters is so nice.
So nice. You can get
like,
up to
not being like, oh my god, there could be an ambush.
Yeah, it's one of the most...
So I might have to heal just running through.
Yeah, it's one of the most dangerous walks, at least world map walks, because your HP is really low. But yeah, it can be bad. So we're going to be fighting 6 fights here. How this is going to be dangerous is because Edward is our main fighter. Usually in boss battles, he will not hide automatically, but even though the boss battle music is playing here, it is coded as a random encounter. So if he gets down into critical HP, Edward is going to hide, and that is bad, because he is our damage dealer. So for an unlucky start, that went really well, so that's good.
Yeah, no one likes Sideward.
No one likes Hideward. If things do go bad, we'd rather a Deadward. We're going to move that rod out of the way. We didn't actually do it. That's fine. So we're keeping an eye on things here, because again, a lot is really important. The specific things I'm going to be trying to do in each one of these fights, and one of them, the really super duper important for this category one, is there's an item duplication glitch I'm going to do in the 4th battle. So if I miss that, I'm going to lose a lot of time. I can do it in the last battle, but it's best if we do it there. So, ooh, that went weird. Oh no, I think I did the plinking. That's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Everything is good. I'm also attacking the wrong people. Come show. Well, at least he didn't get hit. It's just a little slower. He usually takes care of the sweeper. Okay, yes, hit Cecil. That's fine.
This is what we call applying safety straps in the wrong places.
Yeah, and when you hide in the way I did, it adds an extra command at the bottom of Edward's menu. There's just an invisible slot. You may have noticed my pointer was at the bottom where there was nothing. And things go a little weird if you select that. So that wasn't ideal because it means I can't do my fast selecting for the dagger, but we're fine.
That holds on even for the next fights?
No, it does not. It's per
okay.
battle. So thankfully, everything's good. Will you leave my poor Spoonie alone? Stop this. Stop this immediately. Okay, I'm gonna focus up here and let you do any commentary there, Nikki.
Yeah, so I mean we have 6 fights total. This is the third one. 3 of those fights are the general plus 2 fighters. 2 are the monster pack we have just seen. One of. And one is just a solo monster. But yeah. Story-wise, we basically do not have a chance. Even the trusted guardians have been replaced by monsters, so even locking ourselves behind doesn't work.
We got the good.
All right, and there we saw very quickly Netara duping Fire Claws. Because we want more than one Fire Claw.
We want many more than one Fire Claw.
And yeah, well, we already have a lot of money and we could in theory also buy quite a lot of Fire Claws. Why would we buy stuff if we can just dupe them?
Seems overrated. I'm not here for buying things. Okay, this has gone really well, and at this point, we're pretty safe by this point. Pretty safe.
Yeah.
Okay, that was me tempting the faith. That's fine. Wait, at least we don't have to
I think we haven't said this sentence. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I've been cursing my own run. Netara, please stop this. Anyways, this is no big deal. If this is going to happen, you want it to happen on this fight. It's possible that Edward dies in the very first fight. So,
that's why we save.
Yeah, so if he dies at this point, it's no big deal. Okay, get out of there, Dreamer. Nobody likes you.
Yeah,
okay, we did it.
This was the last fight, and so after this, we don't need Edward at all anymore.
Nope. Bye, Edward. You did a really good job. You've earned your rest. So here we are. We have managed to we've been all the way back to the crystal room. And hey, look, there's Kane. That's great. Oh no, Skittles. Why would you betray me like this? Okay, pause button, chill. My pause button is a little sticky, so it sometimes just starts pausing. Okay, let's see if we get the good damage. Cecil, so help me goodness. You did it. Good Golbez. So, what we're looking for in this fight is we cannot win this fight, so we wanted to get Golbez into critical HP as soon as possible. And we do this by getting Cecil to hit himself. And if you cannot manage to do that, or you manage to hit yourself, but it's completely RNG how much damage both Kane and Cecil will do. So sometimes the game just goes, nah, you're fine, and so you get extra text. But sometimes you also get incredibly lucky, and you'll be able to basically 1 or 2 shot Cecil, so Kane won't even have to jump again. Between Kane's hit and Cecil's hit, Cecil's just done. So you only hope and pray for that, as right now there is no manipulation for that. So you just kind of hope for the best.
And we gotta keep some RNG to the run. Can't get rid of everything.
Yeah, well, it's the same with like back attacks. When there are encounters, there technically is back attack manipulation, but it's like frame perfect and real people can't do it. Maybe the Roth can, but who's the world record holder of a few of our categories in Final Fantasy.
He is basically the FF4 SNES speedrunner.
Yeah.
Even though he's also taking a break for a while now, but he has run this game for a long time, been world record holder for a long time.
Absolutely, but yeah, so we don't worry about that, and with this mod, we don't have to worry about encounters anyway, so whatever. So we're a little tired. We just had a really hard fight. Rosa just got taken from us. Sadness abounds. So we're going to go chillin' this in and kind of regroup and decide what we're going to do. And we come to the consensus that, hey, let's talk to the king. Let's see if he'll give us a boat. We will take the boat to Baron. We'll save Rosa. Game over. Everything wonderful, right? So
Of course.
let's give that a try. I'm sure nothing could go wrong.
No.
So we're going to do a little bit of menuing here first, though, because things are going to happen. So first off, I have to take off that fire claw I put back on. We're going to do this full dupe. Don't worry about that. We like lots and lots of fire claws. And last but certainly not least, the brand new shiny sword that we just got for Cecil. We're going to equip it right now because even though we don't need it right now, if you're going to be in the menu anyways, do everything you need to do. So we took back our tiara. Not that anything's going to happen to anyone. Don't worry about it. And we finished that item duplication. We now have 254 fire claws.
Just a few.
Just a few. Listen, I really like fire claws, so I want them.
Just be careful not to turn the boat on fire. Please.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do such a thing. Yes, I would. This is an amazing time for donations. This is quite a long cutscene, though I will interrupt you in about a minute for a chat debate, but you can squeeze in a few first.
Okay, I'll be right.
Okay. No, you can get one or two in here first, and then I'll cut in, and then you can keep going for a bit.
I'll be ready for your cut-in is what I
Okay,
meant.
gotcha. Then you go. You're great.
Okay, so we have a $25 anonymous donation. Thank you so much. A $5 anonymous donation. Every cent counts. Thank you so much. And we have also a $50 donation from Hustler Bo Jenkins. Thank you very much.
Thank you for all of those. Now, we're getting some cutscenes, and everyone's just relaxing and chilling on this lovely boat ride to Baron. And it's an RPG, so nothing could possibly go wrong. But, yeah, spoiler, something's going to go wrong. So here's the question, chat, before we send it back over to our lovely host. Was Yang pushed by Cecil, or did he jump? Watch this upcoming cutscene when Yang jumps over the side of the boat. Pushed or jumped? Get it in chat and let us know. You can keep going with donations.
Now I want to see if he's pushed or jumps.
I'm on team pushed.
So, just as a note, this is the first thing that you'll see that's actually the same in FF2NA and FF2JP, which are totally different games. But in both games, Leviathan wrecks your shit.
Rude Leviathan, rude. See, he was pushed. I'm telling ya.
Cecil's the evil Dark Knight. Unbelievable.
I know, right? And Edward just dives on the ground being like, I know you can't push me from down here.
Yeah, pretty sure Cecil was like, I do not need to push him.
Exactly. Anyways, you should be able to fit in one or two more if there's any more.
Of course, there is a $15 anonymous donation. Thank you so much for your generosity. We also have a $25 donation from DJ. I love seeing more representation in the speedrunning world, and I'm happy to support an awesome foundation. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now we get my favorite music in the game because it just beep boops in the background. Beep boop. Anyways, sorry, not sorry for ruining that for everyone. We're gonna do some shopping real quick while we're here because we have lots of money and I want to spend it. So we're gonna. Okay, so first off, we got our armor. That is very important. And next, we're getting items. But we're specifically gonna get a stack of 20 for reasons. And we're gonna sell some of these fire claws. We want a very specific amount of fire claws, so we should now be at 114 fire claws. So that's super. And we're gonna talk to this lovely elder. So this is the town of Mysidia. This is the poor town that we ransacked at the beginning of the game. Rude Cecil. So now that we show up asking for helping, like, yeah, we kind of have to save the world here. The elder's like, why would we help you? You just attacked us. We don't trust you at all. And Cecil's like, fate of the world? So the elder's like, tell you what, you go to our sacred mountain and become a paladin, and we'll trust you and help you. And Cecil's like, I don't have time for this. The elder's like, okay, no mountain, no help. And you're like, fine. And then he's like, okay, and take these 2 5-year-old twins with you. And you're like, excuse me? You don't trust me enough to help me save the world, but you'll give me these 2 5-year-olds? What is wrong with you? It's a little shady, elder. We're watching you. Thankfully, these children are both powerful, and Cecil is not as evil as he appears, so they are perfectly safe in our company. But I just am always very just like, what are you doing, elder? Why do you think this is okay? Okay, and now it is time for another cutscene. You can probably take over for a little bit, host.
I would love to. We have a $25 anonymous donation. Thank you very much. And we also have a $50 donation from Winslash. Appreciate your generosity.
Yes, thank you so much. Meanwhile, in the bowling alley.
Now also feels like a good opportunity to tell everyone about the Malala Fund.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, they're breaking down barriers that hold girls back, investing in local education activists, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. This charity stream is going straight toward them, helping out, making the world a better place.
Definitely a really great cause, and so happy that we are supporting them. Okay, so now we are climbing up this mountain, this holiest of mountains, and who should we find still on their epic quest of vengeance but Tella? Hello, Tella. So it turns out Tella's on the mountain while we're here to become paladin. Tella's here in order to find the great ultimate magic. And both of the twins are like, oh my god, it's Tella, the Tella. It's such an honor to meet you, sir. And Tella's just like, right, children, now adults, let us speak, and just ignores them and talks right to Cecil. You're like, wow, Tella, rude. Well, luckily the kids don't seem to notice that he is completely ignoring them, and they just keep being excited. So Tella's gonna join us now. So we're a very mage-heavy party, and we're gonna try and get both the ultimate magic and become a paladin. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong.
This is the most used sentence in this run.
Yeah, I know, right?
We just want to show the people more stuff that we've never seen before.
Apparently, I just want to dare the game. This game hates everyone, by the way, so daring it is a really terrible idea. So with the armor that I just picked up, we're going to do a quick equipping session, including that tiara that we took earlier from our poor tossed over the edge child. We're going to give you that chain rod. So there is a glitch which we often use at the beginning of this run, in this category. Unfortunately, in the version of the game that I have to use in order to make my quality of life mod work, that glitch does not work. So I will not be tossing either carrots or trash cans at bosses. Sadly, I will be doing the non-mimic glitch strats, which are still interesting. We're going to be doing twin strats here right at the beginning. So to start off, we're going to be tossing Cure 2s at these ghasts because they're weak to holy, and Cure 2s are holy. So definitely super useful. And did you know that you can make one twin do a move and then get them set to twin cast? It gets an extra move in if you can do that. So definitely a good strategy. We want to kill these 4 ghasts before Mylon sends them on their way. Comet, rude. So there's 2 attacks that twin cast can do, Comet and Flare. We want Flare. Comet does the same amount of damage no matter how many targets, while Flare changes the amount of damage based on who it's attacking. So we just don't want Comet because there's only one enemy. We want max damage.
So we could have theoretically YOLO'd for Comet to kill all zombies at once.
We could have, yes, but it actually has a lesser chance of happening than Flare, and Comet costs double the MP. Comet costs 20, while Flare, which is what we want, costs only 10. So if you get too many Comets, it's actually bad.
Okay.
Also, damage value wise, I have put Porum in the middle because each of the spots in this game is assigned to a damage value, and or not a damage value, a priority. And whichever twin is in the highest priority position is the twin that the game pulls their stats in order to calculate twin cast. And so with that tiara on, Porum is actually the strongest of the twins. And so we want to make sure she's in the middle when using this strategy. We're just going to cure folks up because with ethers, we're in terms of regular healing, we're just going to heal the twins because I ideally would like someone to die. So lastly, and certainly not least, we're going to change both Tella and Gulbez into pigs. Everything
Piggy strength.
Yeah, I love. So this is half Piggy Pally. If you can you explain that one, Nikki?
Yeah, so Mylan Z actually often inflicts poison with his physical attacks, I believe. And so if you already have a status effect, you do not get another one. So Bulbous and Tella cannot be poisoned anymore. And why is this important? Well, it's not that the damage is really relevant. It's that when the poison actually takes damage, then you get this get a message saying poison, and it takes forever until it actually procs.
Yeah, message speed in this battle is ridiculously slow no matter what you have it set to. So you want to try and avoid that. So yeah, technically what it's avoiding is the with the status ailment priority, Mylan Z is supposed to attack with both poison and with curse, but curse doesn't really work properly in this battle. Like, his move doesn't work. But Piggy is a higher priority status ailment than curse, so whoever's piggied cannot be cursed and therefore cannot be poisoned. We got
as you can see, the reason we do not piggy Parliament Porum, which he could do, is because we want to use twin cast. If you were to piggy also the two twins, then you would have to throw Q2 with all of them.
Yeah, there is the strat, which is just full piggy party, and it looks like they were going to do Comet and didn't have the MP. That's fine. Oh, cool. We can do our menuing. That's cool. Yeah, you can do a full piggy party, and then, you know, that's fine and all that, but we're not going to do it.
Looks like you, like, no boss ever wants to kill Cecil.
No, never. They're just like, nah, he's too tough. We're not going to bother. Yeah, no, but yeah, full piggy strats is literally just tossing lots of cure 2s. Everyone just sits and tosses cure 2s, and it's safe, it's just a little slow. Now, this is time for our piggy pallies. Sadly, I don't believe we have the Frankerface Z emote in this channel, but my lovely fellow Valkyrie Dravenheart actually made a Frankerface Z emote called Piggy Pally, which is a meme of this where you're a pig becoming a paladin because you just got the sword. So look at us. So anyone who's interested in speedrunning this game, we have a starter category called Paladin Percent, and I'm about to start the final battle of Paladin Percent. So as soon as the message comes up saying you have become a paladin, or Diesel has become a paladin, it's time. So it's a nice hour and a half run, depending on how new you are. It can be finished in under an hour, even without this mod, and it's super great. It's how I got introduced to both Final Fantasy IV speedrunning and speedrunning in general. So a lot of RPGs, even though they're long, do have wonderful starting categories. So those are definitely things you want to look for. Where's my paladin shield? Did I forget to buy a paladin shield? No, there it is. I knew it was there.
And yeah, you might be surprised, like, if you played this game, remember this fight. Why is she attacking? Aren't you supposed to just defend and win the fight this way by triggering the cutscene?
Nah. Not see Paladin. Cecil can use dancing daggers, and in this version of the game, the US version, and in this version only, Dark Knight Cecil only has 1200 HP, so that's between 3 and 5 if you get really lucky in damage values. Dancing dagger attacks, and you kill him, and it's way faster than waiting for the text, which you get by doing nothing. So this would be time if this were Paladin percent, but this is not Paladin percent. This is no credit swarp, where we're not going to be credit warping right to the credits, but we are going to be doing some warping. Our other, probably longest version of this game that we speedrun is called No 64, which refers to the 64 floor glitch. And it is that 64 floor glitch that we do in this version of the game. In No 64, you actually play through the entire game. It's not glitchless, but you don't skip any huge sections of the game. Actually, you don't skip any of the game. You just glitch into places you're not supposed to be and such. But we're going to skip a giant section of this game. So definitely keep an eye out. Lots of fun stuff. The further you get in this run, the more fun stuff comes. And the ending of this run is simply wild, which theoretically I should be done in about an hour. So let's see how it goes. Now, and let's see. So we are going to cut off the naming incentives for Yang, Tella, Palam, and Porum after we arrive in Baron from taking the Serpent Road. So you have basically until we hit the Serpent Road here to get in your last-minute donations on those names. But in the meantime, now is an excellent time for donations. Actually, sorry, before you do donations, I'm going to do a quick manipulation here. So as you see, I'm in a certain spot, and I'm going to save, and I'm resetting. What I'm doing here is I'm specifically manipulating the chocobo that I am going to get from this place in order to make sure... I almost did it wrong. That was almost bad. I think we're fine. One of the things that really matters for the big glitch in this run is where a yellow chocobo leaves the screen. Yes, what section of the screen the yellow chocobo leaves. But what I just did was a manipulation which made sure it will always leave the screen in the same spot. So because I did that, it left. I know for fact it's the right spot and everything is good. So yeah, we're about to do a cutscene. So definitely, any blurbs, donations? Now's the best time.
I can absolutely do that. We have a $25 anonymous donation. Thank you very much. We also have an anonymous $10 donation. Appreciate it. And I will tell everyone a little bit about Yeti while I'm here. The Yeti is donating $5 per Frost Fatale shirt sold to Malalathon. You can find the shirts at yeti.com. They look amazing. I would really highly encourage you to snatch one of those up.
Not gonna lie, I bought one of the flowy shirts because it's the first time I've seen that style on the Yeti, and it looks amazing. So definitely encourage you to snag it yourself. They look great. Okay, so now that we're a paladin and we are trusted by the Elder is going to unlock the Serpent Road, which is the underground kind of magical path between Baron and Mysidia. So you're going to get to listen to one of the best tracks of music in this game. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. It's your new ASMR. Anyways, we are now cutting off the naming for Yang, Tella, Palam, and Porum. Because we'll be naming all of those characters after this fight, because we're not going to forget them, are we, Netara? No, we are not.
Netara, don't forget.
Don't do it. Okay, first we gotta fight these guards. Hey, it's Yang, who suddenly doesn't know who we are and hates us. Rude, Yang, rude.
Yeah, he's pretending to be Skittle.
Yeah, we don't like that. Okay, so we're gonna take out these guards, who thankfully, one dancing dagger each to the face, and they're done. Oh, we want that there. Never mind. It's gonna shuffle things around, but they're fine. Don't worry about it. So Yang still doesn't know who we are. So the neat thing about this fight is you just need to hit Yang once with Cecil. but only after the second kick. You don't even need to hit, you just need to try and attack. So we're just gonna shuffle a couple things around here because there's a lot of nonsense in the way. Oh no, the twins are dead. Sad. We don't need them for this fight.
No.
Uh-huh.
This fight doesn't even give experience. Like,
Yeah, right?
No one cares at all.
No, exactly. So you just hit karate for 78. Ouch! And the battle's over. So our lovely Yang is gonna wake up and be like, oh hey, when did you get here? And so it turns out he was being mind controlled, and we didn't like that at all. And he's better now, and he's joining our party. Hurrah! So we're gonna talk a bit over strategy. And keep an eye out for when Yang checks his pockets and gives us the Baron key. Because to me, the key symbol looks like the top of Jafar's staff from Aladdin. Definitely, like, tell me I'm wrong there. Like, it looks so much like it. I'm like, oh hey, it's a snake staff. That's cool. Sounds very Baronish. Like, tell me that doesn't look like that. Telling you, friends. Okay. So we did it. We now have some punch in our party. We're very happy for this. Ghost girl, why are you just standing there? No. Stop. Okay.
The NPCs are just always in the way, right?
They are rude.
I can't wait for Dwarf Castle.
They really cannot.
But
okay,
you
so
name your characters now.
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't forget. Everyone be proud of me. I didn't forget to name my characters. Okay, so we want to name, let's see what Yang's name is. If someone knows it before I find it, feel free to let me know. Looks like Sabin is the name?
Sabin, yep.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah.
All these appropriate FF6 names.
I love it. I'm here for this. Listen, everyone always asks the question, Netara, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? And the answer is 4 and 6 are tied, depending on which one I've played more recently. So right now, 4 is my favorite, but I love 6 so much. So, what is Porum's name?
Porum's name is Takara. I can spell that if you need me to.
Nope, I got it. Okay. That's so close to Chikara, which is power in Japanese. Okay, I don't know if this name means anything, but it seems lovely. Okay, we're gonna need Palom's name next.
Palom's name is Wind.
Oh, I see why Tina apologized. Tina, you're dead to me. Ultros was in the lead. For those who don't know, I love Ultros. Wind is great too, though, so we'll allow it, seeing as who you are.
But we all know that Tina's death only lasted until basically now.
Yeah, Tina's already alive to me because I love Tina. Tina's fabulous. Okay, and now we're looking for everyone's not favorite old man, Tella, whose name appears to be Strago.
That is correct.
Excellent.
Oh wow, I just get the message from chat that Tina actually donated for Ultra.
What? Okay, never mind. Totally forgiven. You were never dead to me. You're the best. I love you. Okay, so we did that. Now it is time for some shopping. No, I didn't organize things right. That's fine. So the Baron key is not the right spot, so it means I actually have to move my cursor. Rude.
And
So we're
also,
gonna
like you
have-
said, to double check Yang's name, which I can do, but you can.
What? What about Yang's name? Did I not do it? What about Yang's
Well,
name?
you can just check.
Okay.
Do your shopping.
Okay, hold on a sec. So
Doesn't
yeah,
change
I have to do some really important shopping here. Like super important, run ending if I get it wrong. Shopping. So I'm just gonna focus up a tiny bit here. Do that. Do that. And then do that. Don't worry about this. Us buying random values of random things, totally normal. Okay, what am I doing with... Yang's name is Sabin, yes? So not
I'm looking
supposed...
into this.
Okay, I'm also looking. It may have... Oh, because it's still open is why. The donation hasn't actually been closed. So Skybills is in the lead, so we're gonna honor that, and because we're right here, it's not too late. But yeah, so we gotta get those closed. So Sabin, you were here for us, and we loved you for those seconds. I hope the person
But
who
you weren't
donated
able
for
to
that...
suplex, so...
No, No suplexing here. So we're gonna get the ever lovely and wonderful Skybills in here, who is, I would go as far as to say, even better. Like, come on, Skybills is fabulous. Okay.
That's true.
So with that, we are gonna walk out for absolutely no reason. And continue on our way. I play too much of the randomizer free enterprise where, yeah, you just leave then. Okay, so downwards into the soup we go. So now that we have this key, we currently don't have access to Baron Castle because all of the guards are really mad at us and won't let us in. They're like, "Who are you? None can come in." And you're like, but please? And they're like, "No." So you're
We're
like,
not even
"Fine."
forced to check if they don't let us in. We can just safely assume that they won't let us in.
Yeah, they're not going to let us in. So we're sneaking in through the underground waterway that every household has. Mine certainly does. So we're going to safety save here. And while we're doing this, I'm going to do my menuing I have to do right here because I actually do not have to worry about any sort of enemy encounters, so I can do it all right here. So I'm doing a glitch here, which is called MP Underflow. Note the Boomerang 06 next to Strago's MP. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay.
How dare you cast Cure 4 with only 10 MP left?
Right? So yeah, when you try and cast something, you don't have the MP for, but you swap it very quickly with a spell you do have enough for, the game gets really confused. And so we're gonna fix it. So hold on a sec. We're gonna equip our poor paladin here. Take that. Full cure. Everyone's there. Everything's wonderful. Cool. So we're gonna save real quick. Because again, this should all go just fine, but we haven't saved in a while, and this is a marathon. Safety save. Always safety save.
And saving is
friends.
super quick, so...
It is. It's super quick. And again, since I had to do a menu for them anyways, it's a perfect opportunity to do it all at the same time. So here we are. We snuck in through our convenient, every house has it, basement waterway. And here's our good friend Bagan, who is joining our party. Once he's like, "Oh my god, the king is being controlled by monsters. Let me join you and help you with that." But our twins here, our cute little 5-year-olds, are like, "Something doesn't smell right." No, literally, we smell monsters. And it turns out Bagan is a monster brute with adorable snake arms.
So the twins are apparently smarter than the rest of the team.
And doing some great work for us already. Thank you so much, Bagan, for killing one of our twins. We are purposely killing folks off in all of the battles which are coming up in order to get experience for our shadow party. That should kill. There we go.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So how it works is that... I mean, we've already talked about that the experience in a fight gets split between the party members in the battle. But what is also a fact is that for those party members that were in the party, like Kane, for example, but left, they also get experience, the same amount that every surviving member gets. So the less people we have alive here, the more XP Kane gets. So that's why we want to kill everyone off.
Yeah, and not everyone, because we do need folks to have a certain amount of experience. But yeah, there is some very specific experience routing we're doing.
Strago has to kill people, has to kill bosses, and Gulbis has to protect Strago.
Yeah, exactly. So we're getting Skybills back up here, because we're going to need a little bit of help in this next battle. We changed our Rose back, and we gave Cecil back his proper legend sword. We're going to need that. So hello, King. Welcome. So it turns out the King Baron here is actually a fake. He got replaced quite a while ago by one of Golbez's 4 fiends, Kainazo. So we're going to fight this water turtle, and hopefully Tella is nice to us. Because even though I have a correct weapon on him, he can do real bad damage. So wish us luck here. So we're gonna get Lightning 3 queued up. So we literally just needed Skybills up here to do exactly 1 hit to get a bit more damage, and then is gonna take a bit of a nap. You've earned it. You worked hard. on, Strago. You did it. Good job.
Yeah, wave is annoying. So what's to note about Knazo? If Knazo has no waves up, then he is weak to ice. But if the waves up, he is weak to lightning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly that.
And every lightning attack would actually also cause his water to break, so the wave attack would stop for now. But yeah, Lightning 3 is also strong enough to just kill him at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here we go. We have made it here into Baron Castle, and we found Sid, who is the engineer of the airships. And he's like, I'm going to stop you, evil king. And we just defeated him. So he's obviously still on Team Us, which is fabulous. And we're like, an airship would really help Sid, but we know Golbez is in charge of them. And Sid's like, not all of them. He also has a bit of an old man fight with Tella, like who can out old man the other. We don't worry about it. Also, there appears to be not enough or too many characters for this hallway. I wonder if the game's going to do something about that.
Yeah, sadly.
Yes. Also, we're going to need to cut off Sid's name here shortly now. So I would say as soon as we go through go down the stairs in a moment. Actually, we got quite a long cutscene. As soon as we get the airship and it goes into the air, let's cut off the donation incentive. So, last chance to snipe Sid's name.
Also keep in mind, the only person right now that is able to cast Break is Tella.
And Tella can't cast most spells. Many spells have an actual chance of missing. And Tella's old, so his stats are actually pretty bad to try and reflect that. So he is more likely than any other character to actually miss spells. Thankfully for us, Medio, which we used earlier, is 100%. You can't miss that one, thankfully. So I'm safe mentioning at this point, but yeah, things. Actually, no, I'm not. There's one more fight I need him to hit. Anyways, Tella does bad things. He's not very good. So hopefully he's great. We call it Telelife is the name of the emote. Franker Facey also made by Dravenheart. So yeah, if see in the chat anyone saying Telelife, that's because you just got Telelifed. Tella missed life or some spell, and we're very sad about it.
Yeah, another cutscene was a bowling ball.
Yeah, I will know.
We still don't know why people decided that since the original JP version it was.
Let me just cut in real quick. Sorry. Yeah. Sid doesn't have a name right now, so literally you can pay any % of dollars to get Sid's name. So we're going to extend this a little bit longer. Let's say, when do we want to cut it off?
I am seeing Pingo for Sid's name.
Ooh, you are seeing a name. I must not have refreshed. Interesting. I'm not seeing anything for Sid's name. Well, we'll cut it off then. If you say you see it, it probably is just waiting to get approved and come on through. And that means you've likely won. So what is it the name you're seeing?
Pingo. Pingo.
I love it. I'm going to assume, and I could be completely wrong, that that's a reference to Penguin. No, it couldn't be, no. Because we have a Final Fantasy IV community member named Penguinator, but I don't think that's it either. I've never heard anyone call him Pingo. Anyways, his name's Pingo.
I think it's just a beautiful name.
I do. It is a beautiful name.
It certainly is.
Pingo. That's all I can think of. Okay. Still not seeing it on the tracker, but we can close that one off anyways. Okay, so you can actually use any button in order to mash, and don't use the X button during that cutscene though, because you will end up going into your menu at a point when you should not have access. I always go into this item shop, and by doing that, you will soft lock your game. You'll be locked. You literally cannot do anything, and that's bad. Okay, so just double checking it's still Pingo.
That's what I see.
Okay. Don't see that on the tracker. Interesting. Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay, perfect. Away we go. But now we have our airship. Yay, we can go flying around. So unfortunately, the twins are no longer with us. They have left. So we're gonna head. We have been told that if we will get the crystal of water. Oh my god, I swag landed. Yes. Anyway, sorry.
Nice.
I swag landed and I didn't even need to use the quality of life stuff to help with that. That is a one like square to land in. So to get it perfectly is actually really hard. Yeah. Anyways, Gomez has sent Kane to negotiate with us to say, hey, we'd like the water crystal and you would like Kane, or you would like Rosa. So if you want Rosa back, bring us the water crystal. And we're like, this seems shifty, but sure. I don't think we have a choice. Sorry, the earth crystal. I keep saying the water crystal. It's the earth crystal. I don't know which elements for which place. I think Damsian's fire? Anyways, needless to say, it is Earth for here. And we come in and find Edward. Edward's just chilling here and lets us know that the crystal, they can't help us because the crystal was actually already stolen by a dark elf who lives in a cave where you can't wear metal armors. And that's unfortunate. So we're just gonna do this real quick. So one thing about the MP underflow status is when it is in effect, you can't use any magic outside of battle. So there's going to be a couple of times where we're purposely going to remove that status using an ether in order to be able to do things like exit, because exit is great. Okay, now we have to get this black chocobo because they're flying and it's the only way to get here. And have to be incredibly careful not to re-pick up a yellow chocobo because I already set up that manipulation. So if I do that again, that's gonna be sad.
She has to reset, set it up again. So
Yeah, and I'll
if she wouldn't have done the manipulation, she would have had to check where it ran off. And if it runs off at the wrong places, then this here would be the place to reset it up again.
Yeah, this or this actually isn't the ideal spot because it's too big. It's really hard to try and get a chocobo. So the best spot is actually Baron Cass, like the one right next to Baron, because you actually leave Baron right before going to the underground. So that's where you check your chocobo. If you weren't lucky enough, like if a yellow chocobo happens to walk up across your path and you need to set it, yeah, absolutely grab one here. It's the earliest time you can really do it. But yeah, since mine is set and set correctly, we don't want to mess with that. So we're going to come in here and we're going to do a quick menu. So I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but right at the beginning of the game, I unequipped that iron glove off of Kane, and we are finally going to get a chance to use that now. But first, we're gonna swap some folks around. We're gonna do this. Yeah, then we're gonna do that. I believe. What could possibly go wrong? Actually, yeah, we're fine. Everything's good. So make sure everyone is equipped with what they need. Yes, they are. Lovely. So here we go. We're heading into our good pal, Dark Elf. Oh, heck. Okay, we died. Let's see. Okay, it's actually, don't worry about it. You can, I don't even think you can win that fight, but it doesn't matter. It's the same result whether you survive or whether you die. And because anyone who's wearing metal gear will be paralyzed. So all we do, Sid is in the regular speedrun of this, the only person not wearing metal, so you need them so you can run away. But since everyone else is either dead or wearing metal, you automatically die and get straight to this part. So definitely what we're looking for. So Edward gave us a twin harp so we can disrupt the magnetic field. I'm sure that's exactly how physics work, but it's definitely how magic works.
Yeah, we would have had to go through a lot of magic animations else, and we do not have time for that.
No time. Hey, so we can move again. And Edward's like, yeah, I did it for you. Thanks. And we're like, thanks, pal.
Edward
so here
was
we are.
Useful.
Yay, Edward. Don't often hear us say that. So now we get a free heal out of that, so it's why we don't bother to heal, because we die. So we're just getting everything all set up. This fight is a little fun. So we're gonna take this virus, and sorry, Sid, you did your duty and we appreciate it, but it's nap time. So again, this is part of the manipulation. That's real bad. We did not want weak on Tella there. So I'm gonna take a moment in order to cure to him because I need him alive. His fight goes south very quickly without that. And then you whispered him. Why? Why do you do this to me? Okay, this is bad because the next thing we do requires Stella. So, you can't cast magic when you are in a pig state. So we're just gonna send you down there to cover our poor Tella. And what we're gonna do is when Dark Elf changes form into this dragon, he actually loses the boss bit. So we're able to use such commands as weak if Tella doesn't miss them. Tella, we just got Tella.
Tella, please.
I knew it was gonna happen because I tempted the game.
I was gonna say, at this rate, it would almost have been fast if you kept attacking those people.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. We got it.
That would work too, but usually it's slower.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's good. So there we go. Dark Elf is done. Why? How did that music hit here? So here we go. We got the Earth Crystal. Yay! Acquired the Crystal of Earth. You can actually walk out and leave that crystal behind. I do not recommend it, though most of us folks who speedrun this game have done it at least once. So we're gonna exit out. We are gonna have to cure Tella's MP once more. We'll probably MP underflow early because he did miss that first week. And it still takes your MP even if you miss. Thanks for nothing, Tella. Okay. Now we do need, actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk to this white chocobo, which cures our MP. Now we're gonna need
chocobos, the best friends in every casual playthrough.
Okay, hold a sec. We gotta be real careful here. I need that black
Don't
chocobo.
take the
Okay,
yellow.
we're good. Okay, we're good. Now we need this black chocobo because there's actually 2 chocobo manips for setting up. So we're just parking our black chocobo right there. Just hang out in that forest, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You're safe there. And again, that is information that the big glitch later is going to be looking at. If that black chocobo is not in that corridor on the map, the glitch won't work. Speaking of lots of random things we're going to do. So we have done that, and now it is time for the Tower of Zot. We're making some excellent progress through this, and we're going to continue with that. So first off, since we have to be in here anyways, we're going to do some quick curing and getting set up for our next section. Yeah, we're not curing Yang. Yang knows what he did. We're going to make sure everyone's fine. We're actually going to MP underflow Strago early. Should have done the curing that way, but don't worry about it. And poor Sid just gets to chill. You're fine, Sid. Oh, actually, no, don't do that. I almost ruined everything. I still have to use exit. Then I can MP underflow.
Netara, please.
Listen, we're doing great.
I mean, if in doubt, running out would not take that long.
Everything is fine. So we'll MP underflow now. Great thing is you can actually MP underflow off an empty space. So that's what we did. And we're gonna save here because this game gets scary. And up in our thing we go. Now we are purposely going to be fighting a trap chest coming up. And that's why I saved right there, because that can get a little terrifying.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to rely on weekends on that fight.
Nope, it's not good. It's why I want Yang up. If I were doing a personal best attempt, I would have Yang dead. I wouldn't worry about bringing him back. But I want him alive because he's someone to take another hit. Now, I am actually going to... there's something I need to do. Yes, I'm going to make things a little easy for myself here by shuffling some things around. Let us move those silvers down here. And we're also going to move that earth crystal around because nobody wanted that anyways. And we're going to move that Gaia down here. because we need some empty spaces there for an item duplication glitch we'll be doing as well. I believe it's our final one of the run, but it is also quite important. Though we only need to do a half dupe this time. No, actually open the chest, please. Da-la-da-la-da. Okay, so we're gonna cover Portella here. You're gonna please hit yourself. Thank you. Oh gosh. And we're gonna try and ice to that. Oh, it's not so great, but that's fine. We're good. We'll just have to do the item dupe during Mega Sisters.
Yeah, everyone else successfully died.
Yeah, that's fine. Listen, they did a good job. They took the hits so Tella didn't have to, and everything is good. This tower in casual and especially in speedrunning without the quality of life mod is terrifying because your encounter rate greatly has increased by this point. Plus, you start getting a lot more back attacks. A little later in the run, you start getting equipment which allows you, and characters which allows you to really decrease the number of those back attacks, but not right now. So this place is scary, but it's not so scary now.
You don't technically decrease the back attacks, you just outspeed them.
Right, we're faster
this game is great.
This game is magical. Yes, you are absolutely correct. Okay, we're just gonna make sure we're all equipped with stuff. Da-da-da. We got that fire sword, which we're gonna move. I'm gonna move it down here. And those heals, you did a good job, friends. Goodbye. Okay, excellent. We're gonna save, because safety first, everyone. And now let us go fight some sisters.
Yeah. Kind of surprising. Do the sisters actually exist in the main Final Fantasy except 4 and 10? Well, at 11 and 14
I feel like
maybe,
they're in it. They're kind of a version of them in 6. They're like the dream siblings. Stop this. Stop this immediately. Gosh. Okay, we're gonna use a cure 2 real quick.
But yeah, one of the the characters that you see in various Final Fantasy, but actually not many.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we got that set up. So this is where we're gonna do this. Okay, that was super important. And now we're gonna shuffle some things around.
Yeah, fortunately their Delta attack is a lot of talking that allows us to shuffle everything around.
It's great. Plus, oh, there we go. Some more of that. Oh, those are supposed to be there. Cool. Da-da-da! Where's those ice claws? I need that stack. This is great. I'm getting some shuffling done early. Stop that. Rude. Rudeness. There we go.
As long as you got the dupe of everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move these down. Okay, should be around. Yeah, I did get the dupe. Should be fine. Find out shortly. Goodbye. So we did it. So once again, we used Medio because we made sure we had enough stuff. Now I'm gonna do this dupe early just because I want to make sure it worked. Yeah, see, now we've got 2 fire swords. Actually, we're gonna trade those with that 1 dancing dagger. Everything is good. We're gonna continue on. Okay, so we have a bunch of cutscenes here. So Marina, this is a perfect time for donations.
Sounds good to me. We do have a little bit of a $25 donation train going on, which I would like to encourage to keep going. We have a $25 anonymous donation. Thank you so much. And we also have an anonymous $100 donation. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
It certainly is. Yeah, and here you can see what happens in real life if you don't glitch when the character starts underflowing the MP. Because that's literally what he did there. He casted 4 spells. The last one, he already didn't really have the MP for it. Yeah. And now it enables him to cast Meteor.
Yeah. Now he has enough MP for it, or well, no, now he technically doesn't. It's like, no, you'll die, and we're like, well, third time's the charm? Question mark. Okay. This is where we're going to find out very shortly whether we did our experience manipulation correctly. I think we did. I think everything's fine. We need Kane to be at least level 19. If he's level 20, it's fine. Not ideal, but fine. But if he's level 18, the entire fight changes. So, the next fight, I mean. So, because we need him to be faster, and he gets that agility modifier in his level 19 level up. So Golbez has decided to spare us for some reason, and we're like, okay, cool, whatever. Okay, so you can talk for a little bit longer if you want, Marina.
Now might be a good time to talk about how later we have some incentives coming up for the Pokemon Crystal Randomizer.
Yes.
Right now we have the starter Pokemon's name is Amaterasu at $50, so you gotta beat that if you want your name in. And the rival's nickname is Doofus at $20. I'm not sure I want that to change, so keep donating towards Doofus.
That is a little perfect.
And let's see, the trainer's nickname for that randomizer is currently sitting at $111.01 for Zekmo. So we all have a tough time beating that, but hey, it does not hurt to try.
We had that beautiful 2 characters, 1 tile. Aww. And now we're like, no, everything's fine, Kane. We know you were brainwashed, but we still love you. Come and work with us. And Kane's like, maybe I shouldn't. And Cecil's like, yeah, no, come on. Let's do this. And you're like, well, we gotta have Skittles. So here we go. Celeste and Skittle. We're in for this. I'm sure you'll never betray us again. Okay, so level 19. We are in a good place. So
I'm sure we won't give him the chance to betray us again.
Nothing could ever possibly go wrong. Now, actually, after doing all that organizing, I am going to shift things around again because, hello, it's me. We do have to do some equipping. So we're going to give you one of those 2 fire swords. Kane, you did a good job. Thank you. You can keep that. And now we got Celeste. Hey, sup. Can have the Gaia because we don't need to take the tiara back in this one. And I think we're just gonna shuffle those 2 around, perhaps. Ba-ba-da. Actually, you know what? No, I don't want that. We're gonna keep that there. Everyone's wonderful. Look at this go. Perfect. So that's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna cure everyone up. We're gonna take advantage of a intrinsic part of the paladin class, which is cover, and the paladin will automatically cover anyone who is in critical HP, so we're going to take advantage of that. And so Cecil is just on this first turn is going to cure himself so he can cover everyone else, because we can't attack Valvalis while she is in her tornado form. So yeah, everything is good. We're going to chill here for a moment because, almost did the wrong command. We want to cast slow twice on Val because most bosses are they're still weak to slow, so you can use it on them and kind of even out the battles a little bit. I just realized I had my rose wrong, but that's okay because we'll change that in a moment.
I was a bit wondering about my Rosa from the front row, but...
listen, she decided she wanted a stint as a tank. She's doing great.
And it's the main damage dealer is Kane, and for jumping Kane it doesn't matter.
Exactly, so that helps a bunch. We are Now, you have to make sure you never ever parry with Cecil. He will not cover your critical party members if he is parrying. So, even if he's not attacking, you definitely want to make sure that he is doing something. So, we're going to get that heal for Kane. Because I don't really care about anyone else, but we really... Oh, good. Excellent. Never mind. She's gone forever. And by forever, I mean we're going to bring her back now. We need Rosa. She's helpful.
Remember that covering always works.
Yeah,
except
cover.
when it doesn't.
Except for when it doesn't. It probably because I used the item I did. Everything's good because we're going to just chill here and use that heal on Cecil. Because again, we need Cecil to be okay here.
Yeah, having everyone in crit so that Cecil can cover everyone just for Cecil's and petrified sounds like a really bad combination of strats.
Yeah, it's not so good. Okay, we're gonna do a quick heal there. We're getting a little bad RNG, but that's fine. The fight's still going well. We're still doing okay.
That's a Valvolus fight. I don't expect anything else than
Yeah,
bad
this
RNG.
is, bar none, one of the rudest fights of this run. You're kind of on that line, that razor edge the whole time of, is this fight going well? Am I in danger? But this fight isn't going well, but we're not in danger. So everything's great. We're just gonna keep Cure 2ing Golbez here. Get that jump. We're just gonna wait for it to come down before attacking. Oh no, good thing we waited. We do not want Golbez to be weaked. That is very bad. Never mind, Belvalis is dead. Take that.
Alright. Well done.
Thank you. Like I say, as you witnessed, that's a bit of a scary fight, but it's good. It's much worse when Kane is not level 19.
Would you like a victory donation?
Yeah, I would love a victory donation. It's the perfect time too.
Okay, this is just for you.
Oh, right.
We have another $25 from I'm Just Jace. Trains? I like trains. Donation goes to Runner's Choice. So get on that train, you guys. We got a nice little choo-choo going.
Love that. So now we're here. This is great. We are back to Baron. Everyone's fine. We've got our good friends. We're super happy about that. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba. So now that we're here and we have gotten us a magma key, which again Kane just found in his pocket, we now have access to the underground because even though we have lost the 4 above ground crystals, turns out there are 4 underground crystals as well. So we may have lost the battle, but we have not lost the war. So we are going to keep trying, and we're going to head on underground in order to try and get those crystals.
4 more chances to successfully not save the crystals.
Yeah! What could possibly go wrong? Luckily, that one is outside of my control. Yes! You can't curse what is not in your control. So we're gonna drop magma key down a hole. Goodbye.
And says all that while FF4 is listening.
Mm-hmm. FF4 is always listening. It knows. It knows.
I have not seen a speedrun of FF4 before. Is saying what could possibly go wrong a speed strat of some kind?
No, it's not. It's me tempting fate, and as you're witnessing, failing. Fate is winning. Final Fantasy IV knows. It knows.
That's called drama.
Yeah, I'm
That's
definitely. Yeah, see, we're here for the drama. Definitely here. And if you like drama and excitement, definitely the time to stick around. Also, do you like counting? Because I hear rumors there's a lot of that coming up. Heads up, I will be taking off my headset for that, just so I can count and not lose my place, because there's nothing worse than messing up your marathon run by counting incorrectly.
Oh yeah, counting is rough.
Uh-huh. we have to count to 63, and we'll, that is, again, one of our last setups for this big glitch, and it's the big one which makes everything go, and we'll kind of explain that once we're in the glitch, because we'll have a bunch of time in there. But we're gonna break some things real good.
Yeah, I already remember counting to 52, and that was horrible. Counting to 64.
63.
63.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if I count to 64, I've messed it up. I have lost count somewhere and everything has gone wrong. But we have to do a little bit of menuing first.
Yeah, including a safety save.
Oh, yes. 1000%. I want to note for the record, I have a safety save already, just in case things go wrong. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This isn't bad counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, this awful color of brown is actually necessary for the run. It's terrible, but
it could be worse. It could be Demon Chocobo.
correct. That is correct. We are gonna, I think we want to stick you right there. We're gonna keep you right there. Everything's good. So yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. Everything's good. So we're gonna do a quick save here. So you're gonna notice my safety save is now the same color as that other save there. That's as intended. Now I'll be back in a few minutes. We're now at 1.
So yeah, welcome to Dwarf's Castle. Okay, the girl fortunately went to the side. She is also able to run forward.
And sometimes you just walk too far.
Oh, yeah, right. I was wondering. So this is also where we go back and forth, and Netara just went too far forward and triggered the cutscene, which we just do not want to do. So yeah, Netara will probably be able to explain it a lot better, but basically the memory only really is able to save like 64 screen transitions. And that's what we are kind of using it by, yeah, filling all those already by going back and forth.
I'm not sure I needed an explanation. I just kind of like watching this man nervously run back and forth.
Yeah, you could in theory also do this, like in Baron Castle, for example, but they're soft locks. In order to actually do what we wanted to do, we be underground.
Well, while he is pacing back and forth, I do have another donation I can read.
Yeah, go for it.
So we have a $10 donation from Quake. Absolutely loving the runs I've been able to tune into this week. Such a great marathon. Looking forward to more great runs from these talented runners. Thank you so much. And back to that $25 donation train, we have another anonymous $25. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. That's so awesome. Alright, I've completely lost count, and I don't think I've ever paid that much attention to the first 63 screen transitions.
You know what, now is also a prime time to talk about Malala Fund again.
Oh yeah.
Very quickly.
Yes. Oop. I will do it next pause we have.
Yeah, that's good. We're going into a series of 2 fights here, and I have to focus up for both of them. They can be pretty wild. So the first fight we're going into here is the Calcabrina dolls, Calca and Brenna, which, if not killed in the correct manner, will join together to form the Calcabrina big doll. Providing you leave 1 orange and 1 blue doll and you kill those both at approximately the same time, they will not join into the big doll. And that is the situation we are trying to do, but can be easier said than done. So I'm going to be paying close attention to what's happening with the fight. so I can kind of judge my attacks and everything based on that. I do have backup strats in case we manage to fail and get the Calcabrenna doll anyways, but let's see how this goes.
Yeah, we do not want to see the big doll.
We do not. It is awful. Everyone, it is terrible. Okay, so Kane's job is to kill the blue dolls in the back, which I believe are the cow dolls. Cecil will be handling the Brenna dolls in front. Yang, or Skybills, is going to have the important job of kicking to kind of keep up a general average. And Rosa is our most important person in this fight. First off, she's going to be casting slow. That only works on the cow dolls, but is still really important because every little bit helps in this fight, because that's a lot of dolls attacking us all at once. Her second job is very important for the next fight coming up.
Even more important.
Even more important.
You would
It is
say.
so critical. Yeah. Okay, so far so good. And we're going to do another kick. Okay, now we're going to cast Mute on our own party. So for those who were around for earlier in the run, we talked about the status element priority chart. And that was the where there's a priority, and if you have certain status elements, anything below them on that priority will not be affected. So Mute is higher than Paralyzed, which is why we're going to be using it here. So we're just going to set a quick Cure 2 up here because we really need people not to die in this fight. It is really quite important. Okay. Okay, that was less than we wanted, but we should be okay if we get real lucky. We're gonna spam the attack button. Come on, Yang. Thank you, pal. You did it. Okay, now this is where I really, really, really need to focus. I have a very important cue here, and it will mess a lot of things up. I will lose a lot of time if I don't get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I'm gonna focus up. We're gonna have actual serious time for a moment. And then we can talk about the Malala Fund, but just one moment here. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, we're good. So we're going to be rearranging our inventory here, which is all you really need to know about this fight. The only thing we're going to be looking for is, and you, Cecil. But until then, please feel free to talk about donations or the lovely Malala Fund.
Sure thing. So, the stream is benefiting Malala Fund. Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, they're breaking down barriers that hold girls back. They're investing in local education activists, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. A wonderful cause.
So we're actually almost done here. I'm technically should be leaving out of here a little more often, but I would rather be slow and get it correct. Where these items are located is critically important. These are forming X, Y, and Z coordinates. Yes, this glitch is that complicated, but everything looks good at this point, so we should be able to just kind of chillax. So the reason I'm able to act during this is, again, that status priority. We're muted, so Paralyzed doesn't work, so I can just kind of chill and do what I want. And you, Gulbez, that makes that cutscene even funnier. So we're now going to attack with Cecil. This Mist Dragon shows up out of nowhere. I wonder who used that. And Kane comes down. We attack Gulbez, and Gulbez is like, why? And Gulbez is done. We have no idea who our mystery person is, and we don't need to know. So that was really a skip. By getting all that done and queued up at the right spots, you kill Gulbez before he gets a chance to attack you. You just destroy him, and everything is wonderful. So everyone, please fasten your seatbelts, get ready, because this ride is about to get wild. If you wanted to see the magic of this run, once we get out of these cutscenes, it's where it is going to happen.
Yeah. I'm also kind of amazed how strong Kane is in this fight.
That fight, well, part of it's the flame sword because Golbez is weak to that, but it's why we duplicate it so both Kane and Cecil gets that sword. But yeah, it's just wild. Plus, Kane got a really good damage roll. So we're gonna start all this off once we get through this cutscene with the only glitch I actually knew about as a younger person playing this game when it first came out. I think it was included in Nintendo Power, but if you use warp while still in this room, and usually while still on that spot, you can warp to the crystal room. And hey, the crystal's still there, because at this point, it actually thinks we're in the sealed cave, which is where that item actually is. So that's cool. Also, welcome to the desert. When we were setting up for the 64 floor glitch, one of the weird programming bits of this game is rather than when you go upstairs, you increment, and when you go downstairs, you decrement. 1 second here. Down one. Okay. You, in fact, I'm just following my very precise instructions. Yeah. So, and decrement when you go downstairs, the programmers were like, it's not going to matter. Who cares? So whether you go up or downstairs, it increments the number as to how many stairs you have climbed or gone down. It's only incrementing. So once you get that number up to a certain point, things just break and we kind of overflow the buffer, the map buffer. At that, and 64 is our magic number. So we just warped from our wonderful mage room into this real cool room. Yang decided to be a ninja cosplayer, and everything is great. Kane betrayed us once again and took the darkness crystal, and don't worry about it. So we did that. I'm shifting one of my items around. There we go. We're just doing that little shuffle, and here we are on the moon. Welcome to the moon. So we are about to recruit Fusoya, and while technically, again, we are recruiting this last character, it takes a lot of work to actually rename him in this category, so I just didn't even offer it. I'm just like, we're not doing that. So here we are on the moon, Yang still being the most wonderful ninja. And you, Golbez. I'm sorry, I love that name is Golbez rather than Golbez. Makes me giggle. Okay, we got Fu! Yay! The best mop ever.
The very best.
Yeah, the very best. Oop. I plinked too far. Don't try and plink when you have turbo on, also. Just hot tip. I gave that piece of advice was free. Okay, so we're gonna do this. That, and then we're just gonna shuffle this down here. Don't even worry about it. So we're just shuffling around the inventory a bit because I'm a little picky about how my spells are, and I want them in just that particular order. And so we're gonna do it. Bye. Okay, so we did that, and we are gonna leave there. Goodbye. So I'm following a very strict set of instructions here.
Yeah, but at least we have the central room with this NPC so regularly come from. There was a time when this was not the case, and it was way less safe, and it looked way more crazy because there were a lot more of these great, well, screens, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm actually going to do something real quick here. I think I'm okay. My money and time both matter a lot. So I'm just using some of our tools. Good, everything's good money-wise. There's a problem with this version of the run where if I go to the save point and then try and go to a shop, I will break everything. So I just double-checked my money in advance so I can go right to the save point. Though I have figured out, as long as I reset everything and then go back in, I can actually walk back over to the save point. You'll see the room I'm talking about. But everything is good, so we don't even have to worry about that. We do care about our in-game clock though, but we'll worry about that once we get to our save point. This is the section where I have my safety save for. Okay, we're almost there. Here we are. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, saving before we do anything else. Good. And I have to save in one of the middle slots because if the game breaks in the way it likes to break for me, it will delete the top and the bottom saves. Okay, there's a lot of crispy bacon around me. I am waiting for basically 151. So we're gonna chill here for a minute if you want to read out some donations.
Sure thing. It is coming slowly into the station, but we do have another $25 from Anonymous for the train we have currently going.
Yeah.
And I would like to point out, hey, if 25 is not doable for you, I think $5 would also make me pretty happy. So feel free.
Absolutely. I'm just checking out the names for the different trainers here. Trainer nickname, starter nickname. You know what? Can I, for my runner's choice, can I put the money towards Doofus as for the Crystal Bingo rival because that's just too good. So if I move before my time is correct, I will go into a mode called Bacon, where the screen will be black and all we'll hear is this quick noise. And I'll be completely not soft locked, hard locked. I will be hard locked. So I'm just gonna quickly save here, and there's a few different checks that are happening. So, okay, good. That one passed. Good. That one passed. And that one passed. We are home free, everybody. So the rooms that were getting checked there was my load game time, my in-game timer, and my gold value for those 3 checks I was doing. And if those aren't correct, you bacon. Plus, the guide we have on our community website, there's an image form of it, and when you look at it to see where your safe sections are for walking and the non-safe sections, it looks like a piece of bacon. So it's pretty magical. And speaking of magic, I just need to shift things around again. Don't worry about it. Everything is super good. Okay, and speaking of super good,
I've seen some very special spells that I've never seen before.
yeah, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. So welcome to the moon and the end game. So here we are with our super low party, and apparently Pingo decided he wanted to play. He's got some magic now. It's not very good though. So chat, we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna play a guessing game. What is the value of the Meteo that Sid is going to cast in the next fight? Your range of values is between 1600 and 2100. I'm guessing 1842 as my usual number. Chat, it's Price is Right rules. See who can get the closest without going over to that number. When we did it for the Valkyries last week, it ended up being like 20 something. It was really high, much higher than usual.
Yeah. Sid has gotten the spell Meteo, but Sid still doesn't have really magic power, so that's why it doesn't just deal 9,999.
Yeah, he has no magic power, so yeah, it's pretty funny. We used to do a guessing game on that white too, but it comes too early, so we just kind of stopped. Okay, so we did it, everyone.
I'm gonna go with 1656.
Ooh, going low. I like it. So no CW means no credit swap, and that's because this setup I've been doing for this run is almost the exact same setup you do for a credit swap. You just put the items in different spots, different items, different quantities, and different locations. But there's only a 1 in 4 chance of it actually working. There's a 3 in 4 chance of it breaking and you not being able to retry. So because it's so unstable, we decided the community just doesn't run it. When we used to have weekly races, once we decided for just fun to run the credits work category, and there was 4 of us, myself included, and I was one of the 3 and 4. Only one of our folks actually did it. Okay, let's see what our number is. I'll wait a moment to say it because I'm ahead. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so
wow.
It was 1612, incredibly low. So even Nikki with that low ball, she even got too high. Wow. That was impressive. Okay, now the next and the last very important question is, how are we going to defeat Zeromus with this party? We have just brought a party of incredibly low folks like level 19, 20, 21 in here. And the answer is with a lot of strategy. We have a lot of very careful, planned, timed moves in order to manipulate this fight. So hopefully everything goes all right, and providing it does, this will go well. But if you thought Valvalis was a hard fight, Zeromus is just out of this world. So it's gonna be good. So first, though, we need to get help from all of our lovely friends, all of whom, except for our double dragon flash dead folks, are back, including the lovely twins. So we're gonna have we do have a little bit of tech left here, even outside of this very difficult Zeromus fight coming up. So we're gonna have a section coming up now where all of our friends are going to pop up and talk to us. And I'm going to run through this entire battle. The reasoning for this is because the little sweat drops that go over their head when they're in low health, which Cecil is for the entire time, is it lags. It lags because of this moving background. So it was discovered only fairly recently in the last couple years that if you run, so therefore eliminate that pose during the section, we save 12 seconds. Not frames, seconds. Which in speedrunning, especially like RPG speedrunning, for a technique as simple as run during this section, is incredible. Like, it's amazing. So here we are. We have two. Yang is giving Yang some energy. Thanks, Skybills. One of you was not enough, so now we got two. Thanks. And we've got two Fusayas.
You can never have enough mobs.
That is correct. Yep, seriously, sweat drop skip. We're saving 12 seconds here. Yeah, that's why nobody thought of this, because it's such a silly, silly mechanic. But it works. 12 seconds right here, I'm saving. Okay, so hopefully this all goes well. Got a lot of strategy. First, we're gonna have to use the crystal. That turns Zeromus into his actual attackable phase. Stop shaking, friend. I would like to get to my menu. And time. So, I played you, chat, I played you dirty. The reason I did all the menu shuffling earlier is because we corrupted Fusia's spells in order to change some of them. So it is the ability of Uptco, which is, I think it's Disrupt and I forget the second one, but it's the end of one spell and the beginning of another. And the ability it uses is actually an enemy ability called Reaction. And though that first form of Zeromus is infinite, is totally invincible to all player-driven things, the programmers did not think there was a reason to make him invincible to enemy attacks. So he has no defense against that. Fusuya explodes and takes the final boss with him. GG, run, done. So it's one of the reasons I really just love this category. The glitch at the end is a huge amount of fun, though dangerous at times, and you just kind of laugh at the boss. So easy. And yes, no, there was a bit of a I wasn't super familiar with this category myself, using this particular mod when I started, when I submitted for Frame Fatales. So that was my original estimate because it was based off my my personal best from this category, or my good buffer zone for this category in the non-quality of life version. So that's why the estimate's a little high. But no, that was really good. And thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us for that. I'll let the lovely folks running this let us know if we're going to chill and watch some credits or whether we're going to move on. Okay, so we are going to move on. So thank you, everyone, so much for joining me. Definitely stick around for our next runs. We do have Super Mario Odyssey next, being run by Kelpsy. So that should be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to Nikki for joining me and Marina for being a lovely host. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for having me, and bye, everybody.
Great job. All right, we are going to briefly throw it over to a Twitch ad before we are back with Super Mario Odyssey. I will be back later for Barbie Magic Genie Adventure tonight, so join me for that for sure. See you later.
Show my phone. It's on silent.
Yes. Oh. Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Sam Without a Plan, and I'll be your host for the upcoming Super Mario Odyssey run. Hope everyone's having a great day or night. Looks like we do have a couple of donations coming in here. We have a $25 anonymous donation. No comment, but thank you so much for that donation. We also have a $10 donation from Raphael30. No comment, but thank you so much for that donation. Looks like we have a $15 donation from Van Wedge. I found 1,500 pennies in my couch. Well, thank you so much for those pennies. All right, it looks like we're ready to go. So take it away, Kel.